This morning, breaking news spread like wildfire across southern Africa. Kelly Khumalo, one of South Africa's most talked about and controversial celebrities, has reportedly been arrested in Zimbabwe while allegedly attempting to flee from police. The stunning development has left fans, critics, and the general public asking one pressing question: how did one of the most celebrated voices in South African music find herself in such a dark, entangled web linked to a murder case? 4 years, whispers, allegations, and suspicions have followed her like a shadow. But today, the headlines are no longer about speculation. They're about handcuffs, police stations, and cross-border drama. Kelly Khumalo's name has always carried weight in the entertainment industry. Known for her powerful vocals, stage presence, and ability to command an audience, she has built a career that many aspiring artists can only dream of. But that career has never been free from controversy. Every hit song has seemed to carry a parallel headline: scandals, relationship drama, and accusations that have painted her life as a storm constantly waiting to erupt. Still, no one could have predicted a morning like this, where Zimbabwean authorities would be the ones to take her into custody while she was reportedly on the run. The story of Kelly's arrest ties directly to a murder case that has haunted South Africa for years. It is no secret that Kelly has been linked, time and time again, to the tragic killing of her then-boyfriend, soccer star Senzo Meyiwa. Senzo's death, back in October 2014, remains one of the most high-profile cases in the country. The goalkeeper, beloved by fans and teammates alike, was shot dead in what was initially reported as a botched robbery at Kelly's family home in Vosloorus. But as investigations unfolded, what seemed like a tragic accident turned into one of the most complicated and controversial murder mysteries South Africa has ever seen. For nearly a decade, the case has dragged on, with courtroom delays, conflicting testimonies, and endless speculation in the media. And at the center of that storm has always been Kelly Khumalo. While she has maintained her innocence, insisting that she too was a victim on that night, public opinion has never been fully in her favor. Questions about her role, her knowledge, and her silence have never gone away. The Meyiwa family, devastated and desperate for justice, has repeatedly voiced suspicions that not all truths have come to light. And now, with her arrest across the border, those suspicions have erupted into renewed fury and speculation. According to early reports, Kelly was intercepted in Zimbabwe while allegedly attempting to evade South African authorities who had been tightening the net around her. The idea of flight paints a chilling picture, because in legal terms, fleeing often implies guilt, or at the very least, fear of the truth catching up. Zimbabwean police, it is said, acted swiftly once alerted to her presence. Witnesses reportedly described a chaotic scene as she was taken into custody. For fans, it was a surreal moment. The same woman who once sang about love and resilience now being escorted by law enforcement, her future dangling in uncertainty. But why Zimbabwe? That's the burning question many are asking. Crossing into a neighboring country suggests either desperation or an attempt to disappear into an environment where extradition might complicate things. Zimbabwe shares a porous border with South Africa, and movement between the two countries is common. But for a public figure as recognizable as Kelly, this wasn't a journey she could take unnoticed. The decision raises the question of whether she had help, or if this was a last-ditch attempt to escape after realizing that her legal options were running out. To understand why her arrest is so explosive, we have to revisit the last few years of her life and the ongoing murder trial linked to Senzo Meyiwa. 5 men have been on trial for his murder, and the proceedings have often played out like a television drama. Witness testimonies have shifted, evidence has been questioned, and at every turn, the media spotlight has returned to Kelly. Court documents and witness statements have, at times, suggested that she knows more than she admits. In one of the most shocking developments earlier this year, it was revealed that a state witness allegedly implicated her directly, pointing fingers at her as someone with deeper knowledge of what really happened that night. For Kelly, these accusations have been devastating to her public image. Once celebrated as a queen of Afropop, she has found herself increasingly shunned by parts of the public. Endorsements have dried up, performances have faced boycotts, and her name has become synonymous with controversy. Yet, despite all this, she has continued to release music, perform, and maintain a strong presence on social media. Her defiance has been both admired and criticized. But now, with her arrest, defiance may no longer be enough to keep her career afloat. This morning's arrest has also sparked fierce debate online. Social media platforms are flooded with reactions. Some fans are expressing disbelief, arguing that she is being unfairly targeted and that the justice system has turned her into a scapegoat. Others, however, are celebrating the news, saying it's long overdue. For the Meyiwa family, who have fought tirelessly for justice, this moment is being seen as a potential turning point. After years of feeling ignored and sidelined, they may finally see the legal system catching up with someone they have long suspected held key answers. Of course, the legal battle is far from over. Being arrested in Zimbabwe means there will likely be a formal extradition process, where South Africa will have to request her return to face questioning or charges. This process could be long and messy, depending on the cooperation between the two governments. But one thing is clear, the arrest has reignited the fire around the case, making it impossible for the public, the courts, or the media to look away. For Kelly, the personal toll must be immense. She is a mother of 2 children, both of whom have already been exposed to the harsh glare of the media spotlight. Her daughter with Senzo Meyiwa has been at the heart of this tragedy from the beginning, caught between 2 legacies, one of football greatness and one of scandal and suspicion. Now, as Kelly faces possible extradition and trial, her children's lives will once again be thrust into chaos. For any parent, that is a devastating consequence, regardless of guilt or innocence. This moment also raises bigger questions about celebrity, accountability, and justice in South Africa. For years, high-profile figures have been able to navigate scandals without facing real consequences. But the tide seems to be shifting. Public trust in the justice system has been shaken, and people are demanding transparency, no matter how powerful or famous the individual might be. Kelly Khumalo's arrest could very well be the test case for whether South Africa's justice system is ready to hold celebrities accountable in the same way it does ordinary citizens. As the story continues to develop, the world will be watching closely. Will Kelly be extradited swiftly to South Africa? Will she finally face direct charges in connection to the Senzo Meyiwa case? Or will her legal team mount another defense, arguing that she is being unfairly targeted by a system desperate for a scapegoat? The answers remain unclear, but one thing is certain, Kelly Khumalo's life will never be the same after this morning. From the bright lights of the stage to the harsh reality of a police cell, her journey is now a cautionary tale of fame, controversy, and the weight of unresolved justice. Whether she emerges as a victim of circumstance or as someone complicit in a crime that has haunted a nation, only time, and the courts, will tell. But today, Kelly Khumalo is not the singer on stage. She is the woman under arrest, her future hanging by a thread, and the eyes of 2 nations watching her every move. And so, as Zimbabwean authorities prepare their next steps and South African officials ready their case, one fact remains undeniable. This is no longer just about music, fame, or even scandal. This is about murder, justice, and truth. And for Kelly Khumalo, the truth has finally caught up with her at the border.